Hello, I'm here today because we've been experiencing a lot of pain and rage lately in our society and all around us. Even if you go on Facebook, there's bad news every few minutes about people being hurt and then people retaliating, and so much fear that I see with my clients on a daily basis, and just even myself scrolling through social media or just listening to the news. And I feel when this happens, we need to have some tools to come back to ourselves, to try to create peace and love, and to not just react right away from fear or even to exacerbate it and create more fear. So anyway, in my busy daily life, I was walking to visit my mom yesterday after work, and I got a download or an image of the Shekinah, which is the Jewish feminine divine, at the Wailing Wall, and just heard the word, the Gate of Tears. So I just ran to get a chia pudding and jotted down this, I guess it's not a poem, it was a prayer from the Shekinah, or the feminine divine. It's nothing religious, just asking us to really cry and cleanse our vessels and create love instead of fear as these things begin to happen in the world. None of us have the answers, and we're all a piece of the puzzle. But anyway, this is the prayer that came to me. You can just light a candle, light this beautiful candle that someone made me, and I'm just going to read it to you. The Gate of Tears, Holy Shekinah, or Feminine Divine, Anima Mundi, hear my prayer. We are in the midst of a great destruction. This is why you left us. We aren't creating a sacred temenos for you. There's been killing, violence, lying, fear, and rage uncaged. Fears beget fear, and people are frozen in remembrance of what has passed. In despair of the near future, I bear witness every day. I recently remembered an image of you crying at the Wailing Wall and the mystical value of tears, to be present and to deeply connect to our pain and to the pain of others, to spirit and to lift the veil, to rediscover our humanity, to unfreeze us and to cleanse our vessel. For under rage is often sadness and helplessness, and under that sadness is you. In mystical Judaism, they say, all the gates to heaven are closed, except for the gate of tears, which is always open. So cry we might, to melt the ice of despair, rage, and overwhelm, so that we can reconnect to you, to who we really are, and to why we're here in solidarity. Maybe we can take shifts in this crying brigade, allowing the waters to flow, to take us home, and to wash away this fear, even temporarily, so that heaven can come in. Amen. So this was just something I wrote pretty quickly, but there are different things we can do throughout the day. We can meditate, we can play music. This morning I was doing something after I brought my kids to camp, and I put on the song by Joan Baez, Heaven Help Us All, and I just started to cry a little bit about what was happening, to sort of process things and to come back to a state of love. So you find what works for you. Here's my little plug, which wasn't why I made this video, but I have a book coming out on August 8th that's a process that actually helps me. The book is called The Book of Sacred Baths, but the process is that, I have two kids, a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and I'm a working mom. So sometimes it's very hard to get quiet, to come home to myself, and to shift into a state of love and self-care and peace, and to connect with divine guidance, which is really the source of who we all are. So what I've done is I do a daily practice, which takes about 25 minutes to do a sacred bath, which is where I do my meditation, my prayer, my visualization, and I reconnect and shift my energy. Other people might do it once a week, which is why I wrote 52 baths, one for each week of the year. But again, I don't care whether you buy this and do this practice, if that works for you, if you pray, if you meditate, if you walk in nature, but please do something, because I jotted down some quotes this morning that came to me because I saw that people felt disenfranchised and were obviously angry for every good reason about themselves or their brothers and sisters, and so then they wanted to retaliate. And so I came across a quote by Gandhi that said, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And Martin Luther King said, hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. So a lot of our great models have already been here. Now they're ascended masters, but we can still call upon their wisdom, and we have lots of light bearers around us, each doing their part. I was thinking this morning, right before I made this video, that I know teachers in my life who have really meant something to me, Christopher Diltz, Anna Deo Judas, some of whom I've never met, Louise Hay, Raven Keys, who's my Reiki teacher, and a goddess, and there are so many more. I'm probably not thinking of them right now. And I was thinking that somebody could organize a telesummit where it would be free and people could go on and learn tools, whether it's sacred bathing, angel work, meditation, prayer, so that people can learn to shift from the state of fear into love. So we're creating more love in the world, and we create from the inside out versus spreading more fear and acting defensively. So that was my thought of the day about that. But I'd be interested to hear any feedback from other people about this, and I hope you will each do your part. Thank you.